Stop scrolling because this isn't just another celebrity breakup. It's the public unraveling of a love story that we all believed in. The silence was deafening after months of rumors, whispered hotel secrets, missing rings, and unrelenting chaos. The rap queen just dropped a bombshell that destroyed what was left of hip-hop's last loyal fairy tale. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Claressa Shields, the Olympic champion, went live and completely lost her mind. We're talking about Remy using Papoose, playing a real one fire word for word on camera fire. What did Remy really say in that now-delved post? Was Papoose the biggest victim in hip-hop, or is he sitting on receipts of his own? As you read through the texts, voice notes, and even the blurred surveillance footage, you'll see that this wasn't just a breakup, but rather betrayal, brand destruction, and perhaps the biggest finesse in modern rap history. Now, the internet is on fire, but this time it's not because someone fumbled a feature or dropped a surprise diss track at midnight. Instead, it's about loyalty, love lies, and one of the most shocking betrayals in the history of hip-hop relationships. At the heart of it all is Remy Ma, the self-proclaimed ride or die from the Bronx Papoose. The man who became a walking meme for unwavering love and loyalty, and now, out of nowhere, Claressa Shields, Olympic gold medalist, professional knockout artist, and reportedly the unofficial chairwoman of the Defend Papoose at All Costs Committee. So let's go back in time. We all know the story, or at least we believed we did. Remy and Pap were hip-hop's power couple while she was serving a 6-year prison sentence. Papoose didn't just wait. Instead, he remained faithful and proud, posting throwbacks and defending her honor like a lyrical knight in a velvet coat. Got married in 2008, had a daughter in 2018, and started Chrome 23, a battle rap league run by Remy and Papoose. They were more than just a couple. They were a brand and an empire. But like any great empire, sometimes it crumbles quietly. And that's when things started to get strange. Let's talk signs first. It made sense on the surface because Easy the Block Captain, a rising star in the battle rap scene, is charismatic, cocky, funny, and suspiciously close to Remy Ma. They are working together in Chrome 23. She runs the league and books the battles, but she shows up to events with him instead of Papoose, leaving venues with him late at night and wearing matching trench coats. However, in 2025, the internet won't tolerate that. There will be no more adorable Instagram posts, no kitchen TikToks, no more adorable Instagram posts. Kitchen TikToks. No more adorable Instagram posts. No kitchen TikToks. And blurry Baycam videos of the two of them sharing lobster in Miami. Why did Remy check into the Westin with Easy at 1:43 a.m. and not check out until 6:27 a.m. eyes? I got the blurry footage to prove it. Stay woke, not so papooseful, she wrote on her Bronx Twitter account. The video was a poor quality security clip that could have been taken with a calculator. But the energy was so clear that the internet had questions. And suddenly, so did Papoose, according to an anonymous family friend who spoke exclusively to a dubious blog that takes Bitcoin for tea. Pap had already been suspicious. Allegedly, Papoose found texts, found messages, and heard whispers in the studio hallways. But he remained silent because that's what faithful men do until now. All of a sudden, Remy posted a mysterious Instagram story with a black background and white text that read, "Don't let loyalty keep you somewhere you no longer feel free." That was the match that set the entire house on fire, and Remy didn't even need to mention Papoose's name. The very next day, Claressa Shields, who was going about her own business, allegedly went live on Instagram and she lost it. It was 30 minutes of unscripted, emotionally charged rage from the undisputed boxing queen. Here's what she said, word for word. "There are real ones out here and you guys keep playing them like they're holding them down." Fans clipped the live, and Claressa's drag on Remy hit one. So I'm not the only one who sees it a few times. A user wrote, "Claressa said what we were all thinking. Pap deserves better hope. He drops a diss track and custody agreement in the same week." Another wrote, "Remy Ma fumbled a man who waited 6 years celibate in this economy. I'm sick." The hashtag, Charge Protect Papoose, charge your free app from Remy Chair Chrome 23 Messy Edition, went viral in less than 12 hours. There was no reply from Remy, no clapback, no rebuttal, just some Instagram reposts of makeup brands and an oddly timed sponsored post for an energy drink no one had heard of. Something crazy happened to someone, and I'm not claiming it was Claressa. But I'm also not claiming it leaked a voice note purportedly from Papoose's camp. In the note, a man's obviously emotional voice says, "She'd been stepping out, I stayed. Quiet, I ain't weak, I was just watching and now I'm done watching." Viewers assumed it was Papoose, but it didn't matter because public opinion had shifted the internet. The same place that had once crowned Remy and Pap as Black Love. Royalty was now standing at the gates of Chrome 23 demanding answers. And that's when things really started to go south. A leaked spreadsheet. Yes, a full-on spreadsheet, purportedly, showing Chrome 23 payouts, and guess who received nearly double for appearances in the last 6 months? Just when fans thought things couldn't get any messier. Remy finally shared a picture of herself alone in an oversized suit with the caption, "Unapologetic, unavailable, unbothered." That was the last spark. A minute later, Claressa Shields went live again, this time even more enraged, saying, "Don't play with people who loved you when you had nothing. Papoose helped her rebuild her whole life and now she's acting brand new. Just because she's running a rap league, baby, please." And that brings us to the boiling point. It was a court document filed in New Jersey under the Mackey name that demanded not only a divorce, but also a forensic audit of Chrome 23's finances because of irreconcilable differences due to breach of trust, both financial and marital. The big question is, what did Papoose find? What receipts is he sitting on? Or is this something much bigger because what's about to happen could end Remy Ma's entire empire? Oh baby, this isn't just heartbreak. It's a full-blown hip-hop financial thriller. The tea just turned into hot wire fraud. Before we get into this crazy but plausible mess, let's break it down. At first, everyone assumed that Remy cheated with easy drama. A spreadsheet titled Chrome 23 Disbursements Do Not Leak appeared on Reddit, iconic a few days after Papoose filed his paperwork. Of course, the internet devoured it before the file even finished downloading, but inside were payment logs for every major event since the Buys League launched. Guess who got paid the most? Not Hitman Holla, not GI, but Easy the Block Captain with $14,000. This is allegedly the beginning of rumors about offshore accounts, misdirecting league funds, and battle rappers getting paid in cash stuffed into Balenciaga shoeboxes. In addition to appearance fees, there have been rumors and whispers about luxurious hotel suites, lavish lighting arrangements for events, and even that Remy Ma personally paid for Papoose's hotel suite out of her own bank account. If it weren't for what happened a few months ago, when Papoose allegedly confronted Remy about a string of unexplained withdrawals from the Chrome 23 accounts, according to a talkative Brooklyn cousin who revealed the information in a Twitter space session with about 900 listeners, that might have been a generous gesture. But it doesn't end there. Another leak from a former Chrome 23 intern was allegedly fired for asking too many questions. Claims that Remy established a second LLC under her mother's maiden name. What's the big deal about this new company? According to this insider, it was used to route sponsorship funds, effectively funneling money through a separate entity. The reason for this was that Papoose was trying to manage too many aspects of the business, and Remy didn't want to deal with joint oversight anymore. The bottom line, he was questioning where the money was going, which wasn't sitting well with her. To make matters worse, a luxury hair extension brand that Remy had recently partnered with quietly ended the partnership just 2 days after the divorce filing became public knowledge. Taking a closer look at the battle rap community and Chrome 23, which was once regarded as the gold standard for women-led high production and real stage presence events. Fans noticed that 3 well-known female MCs who were regulars on Chrome 23 cards hadn't been booked since January. One anonymous battler, whom we'll call Lady Teacup, opened up on an underground podcast about what was going on behind the scenes, explaining that once Easy the Block Captain started receiving top billing, it became very clear who the favored dead artist was. Some of the women spoke out about the obvious favoritism, and as a result, their names mysteriously vanished from flyers for an upcoming event. To make matters worse, unverified screenshots purportedly taken by Rhee's finance team have been making the rounds online. Messages like, "I'm not putting anyone on who doesn't respect my vision. I don't care how good they rap." This type of gatekeeping and control suggests a toxic environment where loyalty and respect are valued over talent and fairness. To put it all together, we have financial manipulation that appears to be shady favoritism that is displacing other talented artists, ghosted bookings, and rumors of a hidden Chrome 23 burner account that has even been liking comments that claim Papoose was holding Remy back. Throughout it all, Remy has remained silent, not participating in any interviews or live streams. One close friend claimed that Papoose, also known as Papoose, soaking up the public's sympathy like a pro, liking shady tweets about the whole mess, booking podcast appearances left and right, and allegedly negotiating a book deal titled "Loyalty Over Everything Until It's Not." According to this friend, Papoose is officially done playing nice. He's not just quietly suffering anymore. He's ready to go all in. His public statements only consist of a few cold-posed photos in oversized blazers, giving the impression of a high-powered Fashion Nova lawyer ready to fight her battles quietly while public sympathy slips through her fingers. If you thought that Claressa Shields' epic Instagram Live meltdown was a one-time event, think again. She went live again, this time screen-sharing tweets, reposting memes, and seriously criticizing Easy directly. She said, "How do you call yourself the block captain when you can't even respect a man's household?" The internet went into full meltdown mode, with hashtags like toss trending worldwide, Remy exposed to Chrome cash out papas, deserves better, and Claressa's statement began trending within minutes. Even brands couldn't avoid joining the chaos, as one boxing merch brand posted a picture of Claressa wearing gloves with the caption, "We subtle isn't effective at all." But just when you thought things couldn't get any hotter, the next bombshell revealed a legal leak. According to an alleged document from a New Jersey court clerk that appeared on a dubious Facebook group called Hip Hop Mess Express, Papoose may be pursuing a civil lawsuit against Remy for breach of fiduciary duty, which means he's accusing her of using joint business resources like Chrome 23's money for her own personal gain, specifically to allegedly fund her little side business or Little Chrome 23 romance. You get the idea? Papoose isn't just hurt. He's lawyered up and wants his money. The anonymous legal blogger, who has a cartoon gavel as his avatar, wrote, "If Pap can prove she rerouted league money to a side LLC without his consent, that's grounds for serious damages, especially if the business was considered marital property." So let's break down the fallout. Broken hearts, ALLEGED, infidelity, mysterious money withdrawals, financial mismanagement, favoritism in business, a brewing civil suit, Claressa Shields on full revenge mode, and still Remy hasn't done a single full interview. Instead, she's dropping hints. Just last week, she posted a muted video of herself in the studio, headphones on, pen in hand, with the caption, "Real ones don't explain, they write." Fans naturally went crazy, saying, "Drop it already. Don't tease." If she were to make fun of Papoose, "Remy, please don't start ghostwriting for Easy now," a fan begged, followed by the loudest crying emoji. And while Remy was vibing to her own silence, guess who went viral again? Claressa Shields. She tweeted simply, "I held my tongue, now I'm swinging." Perception is power. And Rhee's brand wasn't just shaky, it was leaking followers, sponsors, and public trust like a broken Chrome chain. Was she talking about Remy? Actually, it didn't matter anymore because by this point the public had chosen a side, and let's face it, Papoose had become the people's champion. He was being portrayed as the devoted king, the patient husband, and the ultimate victim of what some called boss woman betrayal syndrome. However, just when we thought the worst was over and fans began to move on, a final leak that stopped the internet cold was released. It wasn't a picture, a live stream, or a meme. Rather, it was a document marked confidential with a Federal Review initiated stamp on it. Rumors began to circulate that Chrome 23 and one of its side LLCs were now under quiet investigation for potential tax discrepancies. And guess whose name was still attached to those original filings? Yep, Papoose. This means that unless he legally separates himself, he could be dragged into this mess with her. And that, my friend, is where we pick up for part 3, because this isn't just a love story gone wrong anymore. It's possible fraud, federal heat, and the collapse of an empire that once stood for loyalty over everything. We know that Remy Ma, who was once praised as the queen of keeping it real, is now allegedly in danger of losing everything she has worked so hard to achieve, including her marriage, her battle rap league, her credibility, her income, and, if the rumors are to be believed, her freedom. This is because after the leaked document, which was titled Confidential Federal Review, went viral online, the world went crazy. The audit reportedly targets Chrome 23's financial records from 2022. Which is when Easy the Block Captain began to appear in pictures, event flyers, and allegedly late-night hotel suites. According to sources, this wasn't just any federal review. Rather, it was a direct result of Papoose's request for a forensic audit. And if that is the case, the entire situation wasn't just about divorce. It was a full-on legal battle. About it, such as, if you're taking Easy, I'm taking the receipts, and the accompanying paperwork. If the rumors are true, the federal audit allegedly found a second LLC under Remy's control, a covert side business used to divert brand sponsorship funds from joint tax filings. We're talking about payouts to battlers off the books, funds moving through shadow accounts, and most notably, a recurring expense named TurboZai, which is spelled exactly like that coincidence. You tell me, Huss, who is listed as a co-founder on Chrome 23's original registration, is still connected to its tax filings in some way? So if any of those shady funds move through accounts under that name, even without his direct knowledge, he could be held accountable. This isn't just a messy breakup with messy tweets and leaked texts. It's quickly turning into a textbook case study of what happens when love, business, and unbridled egos collide on a public stage with millions watching. Within 72 hours of the audit rumors circulating, the fallout was undeniable and immediate. One of Chrome 23's major sponsors, a startup energy drink company, with whom Remy had posed on Instagram just last month, quietly removed her from their homepage without any notice or gratitude for the partnership. To make matters worse, the entire Chrome 23 website abruptly went under maintenance, and tickets for the next battle event were quietly refunded without any new dates announced. In the meantime, Remy remained silent in public, but her Instagram comments were anything but. Her final post was a black and white picture of her sitting by herself in an empty director's chair with the caption, "Rebuilding." Diehards began to wonder if the league could survive the scandal or if her empire was collapsing more quickly than her marriage ever did. People were asking questions like rebuilding what, trust your brand or your taxes, hope that chair is comfortable because you might be sitting in it. Under oath soon in the comment section of that post, which was completely enraged, Papoose, miraculously, transformed into the post-scandal-media-darling.com, collected and spotten, while Remy stayed silent. He is reportedly working on a memoir tentatively titled, I Hold You Down. The book cover shows a single empty chair next to him. Subtle, but surgical. Last week, he was even spotted outside a courthouse allegedly filming a documentary segment. Someone who happened to walk by claimed Pap was wearing a microphone and staring dead into the camera when he said, You can love someone without losing yourself, but once they lose you, you don't owe them silence. Word on the street is that he is being courted by several podcast networks to launch a series on love betrayal and how to rebuild when loyalty is returned. It doesn't really matter if that line was staged or not. It went viral online like a heartbroken coup, and people loved it. But what about Remy? She shared it for weeks. Nothing but inspirational sayings and photos, such as the best way to escape a scandal is to look good in linen suits. Eventually, she responded, but not in an interview or live stream like Remy Ma could. If you hit play on the SoundCloud track, Chromehers 23, you'll see a barrage of coded shots, subtle name drops, and brutal lyrical shade. The beat is aggressive, the tone is cold, and the message is clear. The league booked the stage. He'd never turn the page. Fans immediately began discussing whether she was criticizing Papoose's role in Chrome 23 with another verse that said, "They want me loyal but mute," / "I gave him years, he gave me roots," / "But roots don't grow in concrete lies." Fans of Claressa Shields were divided. Some viewed it as a brave reclaiming of her truth, while others saw it as a tone-deaf diversion from treachery. A few battle rappers even voiced their opinions on Twitter, with one tweeting, "She really dropped a tall diss track instead of a press release, respectfully iconic but wild. Don't get mad at me for saying what your fans have been whispering, you lit the match? I just read the flames," Claressa Shields retorted in a tweet, but she wasn't finished either. After that, the meme pages naturally had their moment. Particularly popular posts saw Papoose photoshopped onto a Netflix, and the meme pages went crazy. Another cover, "When Loyalty Goes Wrong," showed Remy wearing a Chrome 23 blazer with the caption, "CEO of Collateral Damage." Despite the jokes and memes, people started to seriously question whether Remy Ma could recover from this, if her credibility was lost, if she would ever be trusted by sponsors again, or if she would take on the villain role and turn this whole fallout into a reality show. Speaking of reality shows, there were unconfirmed reports that a major streaming service was covertly shopping a docuseries called Chrome Hearts: The Fall of a Power. ALLEGEDLY, offering Papoose and Claressa executive producer credits. If this is true, it could be the most calculated revenge arc since Lemonade. But in the midst of all the chaos, Papoose has not publicly said a word. Papoose's quiet dignity has made him a cultural symbol in a world where silence is rare and cloud is currency. Meanwhile, Remy is now a cautionary tale for some, a misunderstood boss navigating the harsh backlash of ambition. Now, we stand here watching one power couple, two public figures, and 100 unanswered questions as fans, bloggers, influencers, and brand representatives eagerly await what will happen next. A lawsuit, loose delays, a diss track, or perhaps a full-blown federal investigation, complete with names blacked out and signatures in blood-red ink. Let's face it, this wasn't just a scandal. It was a collapse of trust, a breakdown of a brand, and the shattering of what many saw as the last fairy tale in hip-hop. Remy was wrong to choose herself. Was Papoose simply too loyal in a world where betrayal is the norm? Should Claressa have stayed out of it? Was the block captain the real issue, or was she just a convenient scapegoat? More importantly, are you prepared for what comes next? Hip-hop scandals, if we know anything, don't end with apologies. Instead, they end with leaked audio NDAs and a Zeus network deal. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If you think this saga is over, wait until someone leaks the Chrome 23 tax files. We'll be right here to see you in the next expose. And there you have it. A hip-hop love story turned public spectacle, complete with diss tracks, deleted comments, and possibly a federal investigation, because real life is this messy and we want to hear from you. Was Remy Ma justified in leaving to find herself? Or did she fumble the most loyal man in rap history? Did Papoose play it too calmly for too long? Or is this the ultimate revenge arc in slow motion? What about Claressa Shields? Is she a true friend, or just a clout-fueled commentator swinging for views. We read everything, even the petty ones. If you've read this far, you already know you're in the tea. So hit the like button like it owes you child support. Subscribe for more scandals. Hotter than Chrome 23 Battle Nights, and smash the bell icon so you don't miss what comes next. Trust me, this isn't over yet.